Okay, what's up guys? Someone Sage back with another video. And today we're going to talk about sorties and how to solo them. And why it's necessary to choose certain frames on certain missions and their prevalence in the missions. This one is I'm soloing it right now. So that's what this video is going to be titled, How to Solo Sorties. And the setup of your Warframe and all your other abilities and weapons is extremely crucial to the success of your mission. And right now, I'm using Nova to slow down the enemies, CC and damage. They do have 45 shields, not 45. And basically, I'm going to talk about why I chose Nova for this and why it's really important to choose the absolute right frames for these missions. Because I've been to a few missions and this kind of like ticks me off when people just kind of jump right in the mission with a single frame and they just kind of get it done. And you know, sometimes those teams really struggle, and other times it's not that big a deal. Sometimes they're really good with a frame and you know, they could really work with it. But most of the time they really have no idea what they're doing. They can't really do the mission, you know, because they're either don't really care what frame they choose, or they're just inexperienced with the frame and don't know how to use it to its fullest. And choose based on the mission. Based on the mission you have, you should choose a specific frame to use. I like using Nova for a lot of missions. Nova is good for defenses. She's good for just exterminating survivals. She's the kind of CP that kind of gets things done and makes it easier for the rest of your team to just kind of get through the mission. So I like using Nova on, you know, assassinations. You know, it just slows everything down, causes more damage. It makes it easier for you to hit targets as well. It causes that extra damage output that you need in some scenarios. Now on my Soma, as you can see, I'm barely touching the shield and it's dying. Now I'm running a slash and I'm also running a toxin build combination, and that's gonna help me kill. Whoops, that's gonna help me kill these guys really fast. Let's jump out here real quick so I get my ass kicked. I mean, these guys can really mess you up. Sometimes you gotta take your time with it. A little bit more tanky. I get the kill on my creature. There we go. Ooh, almost dead. I always carry a few things with me, and one of them is health, because you never know when you're gonna need to pop one of these. I don't carry shields anymore because it's not really necessary. I do carry energy and I do carry ammo. So this is my setup. I do carry the synthesis and whatever I need, ciphers, just in case I need to, you know, go with something real quick. I need more of these actually. So the second part of the sortie is, I believe, a mobile defense, and I think I'm going to choose Nova again, just because of the CC that it provides. And most of the time, your weapons don't really matter, but the setup of the weapons do. So right now they have 45 shields, so as I said, you know, you got to be... Where's this guy at? It's weird. Oh yeah, better reload. Oh yeah, so like I was saying, you go on the missions, people don't really know what the hell they're doing, and it kind of gets to me a little bit, because they always, I'm you know, I'm switching out my loadouts, whatever. I don't have particular stuff that I go with, and these guys just kind of go with whatever, and I feel like that's not really the way this game should be played. I mean, yeah, everyone's good with what they have, but to a certain degree, it's kind of a no-go. What the hell is this, man? He's in the wall. See, he's like right here. Oh wait, oh, what's this? This sworn he's in here. If you guys want my build, I'll let you know, because Nova does revolve around duration all of her abilities, except for really her portal, whatever the hell it's called, wormhole. That's the only one that doesn't really require any duration. I think it needs some to stay up, but going to abilities here. Let's see, a wormhole. Yeah, it does require a little bit of duration. All of her abilities revolve on something like duration, except for her portal, which isn't really necessary. But the longer this one, the longer duration you have on the final ability, molecular time, the longer it will extend. And that's what people don't know, that the range only works for the explosion radius. It doesn't actually affect the overall range or the overall distance of any of the time travel. Plus, you want these effects on all the enemies as long as possible, so it works for the amount of duration and the time it extends to reach a point. I think I have something like a minute in terms of how long this ability could last for after the effects hit in those 15 seconds. I wish it had an overall distance of the travel. That would be nice. Oh, by the way, for all you new players out there, rolling reduces 75% of the movement, and all of the maneuvers, roll jumps that reduce 75% of the movement, more or less. I think it's different for each movement, but, for the most part. Good. This is exactly why I carry this. For the ammo. Things like the Soma, even though it has high magazine capacity and everything, it just, the reserves are only, I'm spamming the wrong stuff here. I apologize for that. So I haven't been out with videos anyway. I kind of have no excuse other than kind of, sheer laziness. And, that's my fault. I should be definitely posting more videos for you. At least once a week I should be posting videos, I mean, I have been in college and school and stuff, but even so, that's not really, I mean, I could only do so much between work, school, and, this, getting the video out for you guys. I feel like I'm kind of limited in time, but maybe I could try to squeeze one in at least on a Sunday like today. I don't necessarily mind the really slow reload of the Soma. It doesn't really matter to me. Because in actuality, you shouldn't be reloading this thing constantly. Like I'm honestly a scrub. To the reload it fast. Soloing's kind of a hard thing to do. There's Nova squishy. Usually I like to run with tanks, such as Rhino. Rhino's my particularly favorite tank. And basically, what this does, Rhino is he provides CC, damage, tanking abilities, as well as just a little bit of knockdown with all of his attacks, except for his roar. And actually, I like to use him with his, I don't run a single build without this augment, I guess, the Iron Step augment, because that could become an offensive ability, and kind of an evasive knockdown nearby enemies. Talk more about Rhino, maybe in another video. But for now, we're just gonna kind of run through this. Alright, broken things. So as you can see, my ability, this thing lasts for 16 seconds. You can see I ran it over there. I think it'll go to somewhere over here. So you can see this radius that it has. 5 seconds. 4 seconds, and here it comes. Alright, so from here, all the way, starting from here, was the radius of that 15 seconds. And that's in all directions. That's only in one direction. So it's really double that. Man, I can't parkour for shit right now. I've been away from this too much, playing some PC. Alright. So here's what's going to be the next glitch. most important part. And this one is shotgun only, which I don't mind actually. I think the best shotgun to use is probably the Tigris or the Heck, just because the raw damage. But oh, that means I can't bring my Arca Titron. Okay. So that took about 10 minutes, and now we're gonna go into kind of the setup. I chose this build. I got damage and crit damage on this. It's not the best Riven, but not too bad. Anyway, we're gonna go with Nova again. See, I don't know if I want to do, let's say, where is it? This one. I don't know if I want to use this one because it's not really all that powerful. I mean, it kind of is, but not particularly my interest. I usually go with the Tigris Prime, but not really too much in the mood for that. I might choose the Boar. In fact, I used to run with the Boar quite often. I have a status build here with corrosive. I think it's 100% status and blast, so I knock down enemies, so it's great for CC. That mixed with the corrosive projection. Ooh, wrong gun. Okay, we're gonna choose this. How's the reload on it? Reload is a 1.8. Do I have a dualplex build? I do not. Okay. I think I have a build with the Sancti Tigris, where I actually have a quad shot.
Operator. Now get out there and
the magazine is
cut
3.
down the.
Let's see.
And
And
make
we're
the
talking
Lotus
magazine
proud.
capacity. Let me just type in mag real quick. Burden magazines, magazine capacity. Point blank, damage, ravage, cleanse corpus. Okay. Damage. Oh, damage, right. Ammo stock, shell compression. I guess we could add a burden magazine in here. Well, actually I have 3 shots in here. What can I get rid of? So I have 17,000 slash. Seeking Fury, punch through reload. Is there like a mixed one we could use? Minus reload speed. That's 4. Actually, I wonder if I have this other burden magazine, if this one brings up to 4 or not. Okay. Minus reload speed. So that's what's the reload? Is at 1.5, which is still better than the other one. It's a little bit weaker. It's got cold damage. Yeah, it's really terrible. Let me see what's in this build. Nothing. Okay. I'm going to use this just because of the AoE that it has. I could use the Arca Plasmor because of the CC, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary at all. So, second part, mobile defense, shotgun only. We could either choose Limbo, but it's Corpus, so it's a no-go. So the only other option would probably be Frost, Vauban, or Nova would be all viable options. I think Nova's an overall great frame. The only downside there is the low armor, so she's pretty squishy. But her CC abilities are on point. They're the best. I don't think I have. Yep,
This
I don't
is
have
a
anything
mobile
to run
defense
with.
mission.
Can I punch still? No.
You must deliver payloads
that
and
sucks.
defend a number of locations.
And there's
while
another
upgrading
reason
the
why we
network.
run with Nova. The
Be
CC
prepared for heavy
is amazing.
resistance. I can't do this without you.
Watch for security systems.
Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
Wonder if I like sneak kill him.
This
If
will
he will
only
like,
get more difficult.
I don't know, like do some
Get
kind of
to a
weird
terminal
shit,
and prepare for
like
enemy
I'll just stab him
resistance.
with like nothing or whatever.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our
See,
position.
I would really like to run with, if it was melee, I would be running Oh,
I'm in, Tenno.
without a doubt, I'd be
This
running
will
with
take a moment.
Probably the best weapon. Oh, I just got one shot. Shit. It's gonna be a struggle, actually, now that I realize. I have to weave in and out of these guys.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Oh shit. Fuck me. That's a pain in the ass. I can slow him down to a point, right? That's what I wanted. I wanted that.
Area completed. Move on.
Yeah, probably Nova wasn't the best, and you can see how squishy she is when she got one shot by that nullifier, which is like the weakest in terms of damage, but you know, Nova is squishy. Can't be helped. I probably should have chosen someone like Frost to put up some kind of globe. But they're actually nerfing Frost. I heard from someone,
Terminal
and they're
spotted.
actually going to
Uploading
make it
and prepare to
so that
defend.
So they're making
I'm in,
Frost
Tenno.
so that
This
his
will take a
nullifier
moment.
bubble completely destroy it, like if you're walking towards it. It's like he already placed it down, he's no longer in control of that. So I feel like that's not part of the Warframe's abilities anymore. Once it's placed down, it's like something on the map. Just like when you put on Effigy, I think are already active abilities like away from you. If a nullifier runs into Effigy, it doesn't mean it'll like get rid
Still
of it,
working
you know?
on it.
It doesn't mean
Continue to
Effigy
defend.
will come back to you. Not that I want you to get any kind of bright ideas about that. Oh Jesus! Oh, shit! No. That was so fucked. Nova was not the best choice for this. I need better CC for this. In fact, I probably should have chosen Limbo. Would probably be better. Oh, I'm about to lose that thing.
We are finished
See, if I
here.
had something
Move
to
on.
protect me. If I had something such as... Ooh, no. Zip. If I had the Zenith Star, this wouldn't be a problem because I wouldn't need to be so protective of the machine and go back to it where all the enemies
There is
are
a
swarming.
terminal.
Alright, let's
Get
do
me
it.
in and get ready to defend.
So, yeah, got one shot twice.
I'm in. Tenno.
Happens until they create
This
shield
will take a
gating.
moment.
That's going to be a common threat.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Holy shit, I'm getting raped. Jesus. So even with all that shit. Even with them slowing down. I need to play it safe or I'm gonna die. Yeah, so Nova kind of needs a team in terms of these kind of endurance runs. She can't really, especially when you're only limited
The
to a
odds were
shotgun,
against
right?
us, Tenno, but we did it.
Yup.
Mission complete. Looks like heavy activity ahead.
Thank God we made it out of that shit. Yeah, maybe Nova wasn't the best idea. She's great in a team, but for soloing, not at the high level. Alright, so the next frame, and I think this is probably... You know what I probably should have chosen? I probably should have chosen Mesa. Maybe not. No, actually, she revolves around pistols. Probably not. Someone with invisibility. Probably Loki would probably be best. Yeah, Loki's a cheese frame. Let's be real. Okay. So, I could choose Nova again for this, but I'm going to choose my main man, Excalibur. And I'm going to run the most stupid build you're ever going to see. By the way, Superman. By the way, Batman. By the way, if you want to see my Ash, you're about to see a second Batman. Actually, I think it looks better this one. Yeah, look at that Batman. Doesn't look like the Dark Knight. I am the Batman. Pretty badass, right? Okay, so we don't need this. In terms, we could level up this. But what I want is the Galatine with a. Because here's the difference.
Excellent armament.
Here's gonna be the best thing.
Please return.
Covered in
Temporal.
blood.
We're gonna choose the one with the most damage. So I got corrosive and slash. So if I get cold on here, I'll be able to get blast. But I don't. I just don't have room. Unless I could get rid of this, then that could create viral. But if I switch that over, it goes back to cold, corrosive. And my energy color is the fire. It is red. So it says Solar Blade's damage type changes depending on enemy color and status. Chances increased by 50%, which is incredible, man. That is so nice, considering that the Galatine has a pretty decent status chance. So that's going to go up to 70%, which is really nice. So I'm going to be proccing him pretty often. And I think I have a combination here between, Radiant Finish and Chromatic Blade, which is an insane combo in my opinion. Got really bad duration, but, you know, what are you going to do? I think I switched out something so that I could have flow on here, because flow was a big issue without this. Without this thing on, I'd probably put, like, I'd get rid of Streamline, I put on a Fleeting Expertise, and then I put on a Blind Rage, and then I have like 270 something power strength. But this 200% is enough for taking down, especially the sergeant like this. Like I could melt the not the Zanuka, the ambulance. And the last few sorties ago on PS4, there was some kind of like, but it was a sortie actually. It was a sortie, but it was an ambulance sortie, and no one on my team knew how to attack or hack. No one knew how to kill it fast. We had a Trinity, useless Trinity, and this is what I hate about Trinities. I mean, if you're gonna run Trinity, you're there to provide constant energy and constant healing. If you're not healing, you're giving people energy, and vice versa. There's got to be a certain point of which, I mean, you gotta use some of your tanking abilities, but if you're not doing those two things, like, what the hell are you doing as a Trinity? Because that's what I hate. People just don't use their abilities as Trinity. And when there's a Trinity, people will say, oh shit, there's a Trinity. I gotta go, like, go with a powerful build with less efficiency, because, oh, the Trinity's gonna give me all the energy I need, no matter what. Wrong. Alright, next thing though.
You've been seen.
Oh shit. That's alright. I don't really care about that. All I cared about was getting enough energy. So I can do this. Alright, where's that? think we just we shredded him real quick. You see how fast, you know, Excalibur shreds, especially when you're channeling with Life Strike. Like, I don't know if you saw that, but I was at like 300, 400 energy-ish, and I like, goddamn, that was so shit. And I used my Exalted Blade while channeling, which gives me Life Strike back for the damage I deal. And he was dead in like 3 seconds. But basically, what happened was like my energy was depleted instantly, which is why I only use Trinity or just facing a single boss like this. And that's how you solo the Sortie base. Let's see what we got. Butt plug sculpture. I'm not surprised. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I mean, solo Sortie, you get a butt plug sculpture. Go with randoms that piss you off all the time. You get back-to-back ribbons. Like. Alright. I don't have that many sculptures, but I'm starting to collect them in the back of my ship. Because I need to upgrade a bunch of prime mods. By the way, if you're going to be selling and buying on the PS4, in terms of the Warframe market, you know, this thing right here where they're selling, like, want to sell energy conversion, all that other crap, right? If you want to be doing that, don't even bother. Because, for the most part, things are selling super cheap. They're a lot harder to get, and if you're kind of an older player, a veteran, I don't know if I'll call myself a veteran, but I've definitely been around before they had even a Movement 2.0 update, and I remember swinging, you know, my sword to jump. Like, that's how old, you know, I've been playing this game. I've been playing this game for 3, maybe almost 4 years, maybe. And I've seen a lot of the game changes. Mesa used to be the best by far out of any other frame in the game. You used to get like 2,000 kills a mission easily. Whatever you do, you would get all the kills, and it was pretty badass. And Ash got nerfed to shit. Trinity got nerfed to shit. Mesa got nerfed to shit. Basically, all the good frames that everyone just cheesed through, they're gone. But they're making, you know, Hydroid, you know, a prime, and they didn't really do shit to him, even though he could have used, you know, some pretty good abilities. Like, Undertow is completely useless. Anyway, if you guys are wondering at my ribbon collection, here's what I have. I do have a Zenostar ribbon that I have on with the channeling damage and the melee damage. I got a Vasto, Tonkor, Torrid, Twin Raga, Tetris, Talon, Synapse, a few Synapse actually. Got a couple Spiros, got a Sobek, a Soma, Spectre. Actually, look at that damage on the Spectre. I'm telling you, that thing is insane. 435 damage. You know, well, that reminds me, actually, I have a Kunai Riven. And you're thinking, oh, the Kunai is one of the crappiest weapons in the entire game. Yeah, look at that 281 puncture damage. And then you got 168 puncture damage. It primarily deals puncture damage. Let me show you what this thing does. And this is why I rebuilt the Kunai, because that's like 450 on itself. So the Kunai, first weapons you get in the game basically, other than the MK Kunai. So without the mod, it does 665, pretty much garbage stats, normal, right? With this on, it bumps up to 2200, and that corrosive goes from 483 to 900. I mean, that is a massive difference in terms of power. Now, this thing does not have good crit chance, it does not have good crit damage, it does not have good status, but the raw damage that it has is actually pretty fair. I mean, what do you have there? You have about 3,000, and how many Foreman does this thing have in it? It has 1 Foreman at the moment. I don't think I'm going to Foreman it too much, but just to kind of mess around, I kind of looked at it. This one does the exact same damage with a Riven. It does, actually, I think the Kunai does more, which is huge. It goes from, oop, do I have a build on all this? It goes from 50 damage to 3,000, basically, with all the mods on. And the Kunai go from even less. They go from 33 puncture damage to basically having, you know, 3,000, you know, damage. Yeah, actually it's 3,200, maybe almost 3,300, and that's without an extra mod in here. If I can, I'd probably put on a, can't see because it's freaking chat, but you can't see, but I probably put on the prime heated charge. Now, I like the concept of the the Cycron. So I kept it because it's a unique weapon, but honestly, it's kind of garbage. I mean, I think they bumped up the status on this thing, but wait, did they? It doesn't matter. The thing is, it doesn't matter if it has 30 damage. The recharge rate on this thing is stupid. It's dumb. So I got prime slip magazine. I got this which boosts magazine. I got this which boosts reload. I got reload speed. I mean, you have to build for reload and magazine capacity, right? Because it's pointless. It's pointless other than that. It doesn't matter. It goes from I have these two right here. I have a 55, which should give me it's dumb. It's really dumb. It doesn't do nearly enough damage, and I really hate it. In fact, I could only put on what is it, like this one here, this lethal torrent. It's it's a struggle, man. I think it's a great concept idea of infinite ammo, but they scaled it a little too off for most people. But sorry for me rambling on here. That's how you finish the sortie in more or less 25 minutes. And peace.